Let's be honest, not all meetings are created equal. You know it. Some are these huge company wide strategy sessions, while others are just a quick chat to fix something that just broke. Figuring out the difference between them and knowing when to use each one is honestly one of the most underrated skills you can have, especially when you're just starting out in your career. So, do all your workplace meetings just kind of blur together into one long meeting? If you've ever felt that soul crushing, another meeting feeling, you are definitely not alone. A lot of the time, that feeling comes from a total mismatch between what a meeting is trying to do and the way it's set up. We're going to fix that today by breaking down the two basic types of meetings. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to completely rethink what a meeting even is. Then, we'll take a deep dive into the world of formal meetings, and after that, the world of informal meetings, and we'll wrap it all up with a super simple guide on how to pick the right tool for the job. Sound good? Okay, let's get right into it. When you boil it all down, the entire universe of meetings is basically split into two big categories. And just understanding this one divide is the first crucial step to actually mastering them. First up, we've got the formal meeting. Think of this one as the heavyweight champion. It's always planned way in advance, everyone knows exactly why they're there, there's a strict agenda to follow, and, this is the important part, everything that happens gets officially written down. And on the other side of the ring, you've got the informal meeting. This is more like the agile sprinter. It's super flexible, often totally spontaneous, and it just pops up when a problem needs to be solved right now. I bet that most of the meetings you have during the day actually fall into this category. And you can really see the difference when you put them side by side like this. Look at that. Informal meetings, spontaneous, almost no planning, and they lead to action items you can do right away. Formal meetings, they're the complete opposite. They're scheduled, they need a ton of planning, and the follow-up gets captured in official documents called minutes. So let's dig a little deeper into that first category. Formal meetings are really the bedrock of an organization. They provide the structure, they help define the strategy, and they make sure everyone is held accountable for their part. We're talking about the meetings that really steer the ship here. You know, the big high-stakes ones like board meetings, management reviews that track how everything's going, and those huge annual shareholder meetings that can set the direction for the whole company. And what's the one thing that truly makes a formal meeting, well, formal? It's the existence of minutes. And this isn't just someone taking notes. No. This is the creation of an official, sometimes even legally binding record. This documentation is what gives these meetings their weight and their authority. All right, now let's flip the script and talk about the other side of the coin, the incredible power of informal meetings. If formal meetings are like the skeleton of an organization, then informal ones are the circulatory system. They pump energy and ideas through the whole company. You know, the real magic of these informal get-togethers can be summed up in just one beautiful word: serendipity. It's about those unplanned, happy accidents, that random chat by the coffee machine, or a quick video call that suddenly sparks a brilliant, game-changing idea. You can't put serendipity on the calendar, but you can create the space for it to happen. The perfect example of this is the ad hoc meeting. You've probably heard that term. It's from Latin, and it just means for this purpose. It's that quick huddle you call for one specific reason to solve one specific problem right here and right now. And these are the things that make ad hoc meetings so incredibly effective. Yeah, they're spontaneous, but they're never random. They have a laser-focused goal, and they only involve the people who absolutely need to be there. The point isn't just to talk, it's to decide something and then go do it. And honestly, these meetings are happening all around you, all the time. That brainstorm for a new project, the quick huddle to fix a bug, that one-on-one update with your manager, even just grabbing a coffee with a coworker. These little interactions are the absolute lifeblood of a company's culture and its creativity. And please, don't underestimate how important they are. Get this number is pretty staggering. Some studies suggest that over 70% of all communication at work is informal. Let that sink in. The vast majority of how work actually gets done and how ideas spread happens outside of those formal scheduled meetings. Okay, so what do we have? We have two very powerful but very different types of meetings. And the key isn't about choosing one over the other. It's about seeing them as two different tools in your professional toolkit and knowing exactly which tool to pull out for which job. So before you schedule your next meeting, just pause for a second. Ask yourself these three simple questions. 1. What is my exact goal? Am I trying to make a final decision, or am I just exploring an idea? 2, who absolutely has to be in this conversation? Keep it lean. And 3, based on that, does this moment need that formal structure or does it need that informal agility? And that really brings us to the most important takeaway. This isn't a competition. Formal meetings give you the structure and accountability you need to succeed in the long run. But informal meetings, they give you the speed and creativity to make progress every single day. A healthy organization absolutely needs both. So I'll leave you with one final thought. The next time a meeting invite pops up on your screen, don't just glance at the time and the title. I want you to ask yourself, what is the real purpose here? And is this the right format to actually achieve it? Just answering that simple question is going to save you and everybody else a whole lot of time.